best way to fund a private medical practice? This is a question I get asked on a weekly basis. So let's talk about that. In this video, we're going to go over what you should consider when looking for funding, the different financing options, and finally, I'm going to cover how a healthcare consultant like myself can help you reach your goals. So let's talk about how much money you're going to need to start your practice. This is a relative question because it depends on what kind of practice you have. For example, if you're a primary care physician and you're ready to start a practice, you could probably get started for about $150,000. But this isn't going to include large equipment like an x-ray machine and other things. However, if you're an interventional pain management clinic and you want to start and have your own procedure room, you're probably going to be looking at about $300,000. But again, it just depends on what kind of practice you have and what kind of equipment you want to have in it. It's also important to have a business plan to help you figure these things out. If you need help with this, I offer a business plan template, which you can find the link in the description. Let's talk about what costs you're going to need to think about. When considering costs, you need to think about how much staff you're going to have. And then you need to think about your payroll, how you're going to pay yourself and your staff. You need to think about retainers towards lawyers and consultants. You need to think about deposits that go towards your EMR and your office location and other things like that. You also need to think about how many patient rooms you're going to have and have furniture and supplies for each patient room. You will also think about computers and desks and chairs for your staff. There's so many little things that go into what you need to start your own practice, and all these things go in a business plan, which is why it's so important to have one. There are 4 main ways to get funding for your private practice. Let's talk about this. The first is going to be self-funding or bootstrapping. This is when you're using your own personal savings, your assets, maybe you got a HELOC loan, which is a loan that is against your home's equity, or using money that you make from regular job to fund your new job. While these can give you complete control and ownership, there are a few downfalls, so let's talk about that. First thing would be limited resources. You might not have enough funds to fully support the growth of your company, which can limit your ability to scale quicker or invest in quality staff or market yourself efficiently. Second thing might be financial risk. If your business struggles or fails, it could jeopardize your own personal financial stability. It might deplete your savings, it might put you in debt, you might even lose your home if you used it as equity. Third way, it's going to increase your stress and your pressure knowing your personal finances are on the line. And the fourth way might be slower growth. Without external funding, your business might grow slower, or you might miss out on opportunities to expand or enter new markets or even buy newer equipment. Second way is going to be an SBA loan or a small business administration loan. You usually get these types of loans from banks. Banks like it because an SBA loan guarantees a portion of the loan amount to the lender or the bank. This can encourage banks to fund businesses that they may not normally want to fund. On a side note, if you get denied from one bank, keep trying different banks because they're not all the same. They don't all have the same rules. And try to find somebody who has a healthcare division and works with a lot of physicians. A third way is going to be a commercial loan. This is another type of loan you can get through a bank. Find a bank that does a lot of these kind of loans and works with a lot of physicians. Some banks even offer specials to physicians. You will need a business plan for any kind of loan you use through a bank, so go ahead and have one ready to go. Typically, you're going to have to put 20% down. However, if a bank has a special for physicians, it may be less. The fourth way to get a loan is going to be through private investors. This can include somebody who is an angel investor. An angel investor is somebody who has extra money that likes to invest in small startup companies. Another option would be maybe a venture capitalist. That said, people who are private investors and invest in practices like these tend to want a higher return and quicker. So typically they'll want to get money back within 1 to 3 years. Consultants are a really good resource to help you find angel investors. You can also ask bankers, friends, lawyers, people like that to see if they know anybody who might be interested. The downfall to having a private investor could be that they want to be more involved in how you run your business. So keep that in mind if you're using a private investor. You could be giving up some of the control in your company. My favorite way for physicians to get funding for their own practice is to get with a bank that has a healthcare sector, specifically one that has a lot of experience with the SBA loans and who works with a lot of physicians. You want somebody who's going to be willing to tell you to increase your rate because it's not high enough in order to qualify for a specific type of SBA loan or whatever that may be. You don't want somebody who's just going to enter the information and if it goes through, great, and if not, oh well. Healthcare consultants like me are really good at connecting people. We usually have a vast network of industry experts that we can connect you to quickly, such as healthcare bankers who do a lot of SBA loans and work with a lot of physicians. This saves you time, not wasting time, by working with the wrong people, and can help you get funding quicker to start your business. If you're a physician considering starting your own practice, check out this video where I talk about the 6 things you need to know before you start your own business. Or if you're just interested in connecting with me, click the link in the description. Catch you in the next video.